John from Peach Guitars, and we're on the Suhr stand at the Namm Show 2017. I'm here with our buddy Travis from Suhr.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, good, yeah, and you? Travis is going to give us a run through of a lot of the new product that we're going to see for 2017.
Yeah, cool.
Over to you.
All right, cool. Well, as you can see here, this is probably the biggest announcement we're making here at the Namm Show this year. This is an edition of our new classic JM Pro. So this is a new Pro Series guitar for us. It's available in 6 finishes, and as you can see, it's an offset body.
Sure.
So
25.5 inch scale.
25.5 inch scale length. Every one of them is going to come with an alder body, maple neck, Indian rosewood fingerboard. It's available in some basic configurations. So as you can see, the 6 colors are gold, sonic blue, Dakota red, 3-tone sunburst, Olympic white, and black. And then we've also got a humbucker, 2 humbucker pickup layout, or you can also get it with 2. Yeah, we call them S90s.
That's my favourite one for sure, with the P90s and the tortoiseshell guard on there as well. That's cool. We're really liking that.
We also are offering this is a new bridge for us. We're offering the Tone Pros TP6 bridge.
Yeah, Nigel was saying, is this a bridge that's been designed for you?
Yeah, we've worked really closely with the guys at Tone Pros, and there have been some things like because we like to recess the bridge for just with the weight, exactly, neck angle. We've got different ways. Like they've actually put different access points and installed like a.
I can see there.
So instead of just turning the screws, you can actually adjust it from the top.
And I can see they're cut in different.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you get a good each side of the. That's cool.
Right.
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
Sweet.
So you can get them with the TP6, or you can get it with the Goto 510 2-post. Trumpet.
Cool. And these have a price point that's roughly around about the same as a Classic Pro.
Correct. Yep. They're going to sit somewhere right around that range.
So UK price on that is probably going to be around about £2,000, £2,100, that sort of level. So these come with gig bags.
Come with gig bags.
Is this does that fit in the standard bag? Or is it a new
It
bag?
does.
Yeah. Okay. So I thought with a slightly bigger body, it might not fit in there so well. So.
And on these, I think a lot of people kind of be interested to know. We switched it up. So we use an even C medium neck shape for a lot of our Pro Series models. This year, for this, it just seemed more appropriate to use the 60C standard. So it's a little bit slimmer at the nut, but tapers to be a lot fatter as you move up. It's just got a really nice kind of vintage, real hand-filling kind of a shape.
Yeah, sure.
And then all of these will come with the hybrid headstock.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it adds a bit of a vintage kind of look to it, a bit more mass up there as well. No, that's sweet. And stainless steel frets.
Stainless steel medium frets.
All compound? Or,
10 to 14 inch compound radius.
Okay, well I guess we should probably move over to maybe the signature guitars next.
Yeah, for sure.
The Thornley one. So.
Let's do it.
Okay, cool. So we're moving on next to the limited run guitars.
Yep.
We've got a few different models that I can see here that we've already been looking at. Something that we've seen, which is I guess is just a different colour finish option.
Finish, on the modern side.
And that's available in the two bridges and 2 pickup configurations like normal. Okay, cool. Again, something new, but just a little bit different. So it's the metallics you've done before, but in the antique. So you've got the ML pickups in there as well.
Yep.
Cool, really nice. Really loving that one.
Yeah,
is that Fire Mist Silver, or is that?
That's actually a gold. That's Fire Mist Gold.
Fire Mist Gold. Okay, yeah.
We've got Fire Mist Gold, Ice Blue Metallic.
That's sweet, yeah. Like
We've got the Root Beer, which is
that's
a
good old
different.
classic colour.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then we've got Ocean Turquoise Metallic. Not pictured would be Candy Apple Red and Fire Mist Silver.
Cool. Yeah, sweet. And then this is another one that I'm really, really interested in. It's a guitar that we've sold really well in the past as a regular modern antique, but we can see that as part of the as a limited run Pro Series guitar, which is also available with Pal Ferro. So with this one, it's you got the roasted maple neck.
Roasted maple neck and fingerboard alder body.
Cool. So okay, yeah.
So it's a little different.
Yeah, okay, but it's got that cool look, hasn't it? Again, nitro finish on there as well.
Yep. Available in these 3 colors you see here: 2-tone, tobacco, vintage yellow, Olympic white, and black.
Cool. And then we've got a particular one next that's really going to excite Will Hubbard, who works for me. He's been ranting on for the last year about as soon as Suhr make an Alt-T Pro with a rosewood fingerboard, he's going to buy one. So so that's it, Will. I'll put you down for one of these, okay, mate?
Sonic
Beautiful.
Blue, you have to take it.
Absolutely. So yeah. So obviously it's a pretty easy change that they made with this one, but it's great to see a few new different colours
Yeah.
to the Alt-T Pro, and we've done really well with that guitar anyway.
great,
and, Nigel was saying it was a good, strong seller.
It was, yeah. I mean, like you were saying, as soon as we came out with it last year, immediately we got the questions. It was originally, for those who don't know, available with a swamp ash body and a maple fingerboard only.
So this is older.
This will be alder. We
cool.
just like the way that alder pairs with rosewood a little better.
Absolutely, yeah. So,
Yeah.
if anyone's not seen it, we did a demo video of the Alt-T Pro, the older version with the swamp ash body and the maple neck, and you can also see Nigel as George Lucas, so it's worth checking it out. So cool. So we've got some colour over colour.
Yes.
Classic antiques here.
Yeah, we've got this Fiesta orange. This is a real kind of loud, ridiculous color, but it's great. It looks really cool.
And these are a little bit more than a regular classic antique.
Right, yeah, because of the additional labor and materials and all that. Yeah, the cost is a little higher.
I've always liked black over sunburst.
Black over 3-tone. We've got candy apple, surf green. We also did a sonic blue that's not pictured, and a few other colors.
And they're all over sunburst finishes.
All over the sunburst, yeah.
And the rest of the specs are all the same as like a regular antique.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Yeah, great. That's cool.
Even see stainless frets. This actually, I believe we did with V60 LPs, so that might be one thing.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so a little bit more softer, springier sort of sound. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and this year we're also changing over the Classic Pros. So all the Classic Pros will come now standard with V60 LPs.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
single coils.
Oh, that's cool.
That'll just be a running change that we make.
Yeah, cool. No worries. Sweet. All right. Well, let's look at the what is it called for this year? The collection. Is it?
It's called the Suhr Select.
Suhr Select series. All right. Let's go and look at that next.
Cool.
Cool. Right. So we're here at the with the Suhr Select guitars. There's only 50 guitars worldwide. Is it right? Each model is completely individual.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And in the past, with the collection, we would do a series, like a run of 5, identical guitars or very similar guitars. This year, the approach was, John and Mike Ponce, our master builders, they got together and they decided, let's spec out a bunch of really unique, beautiful guitars. They went and sourced all the wood in advance, and then they sat down and kind of dreamt up some of the things that you're seeing.
And these are, but they're still attainable players' guitars as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
So they're still relatively affordable, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's good to see some more kind of stripped back models like this, which is coming to us anyway, which is in the burgundy mist metallic finish there as well.
Yeah.
So we're seeing some guitars there, that are got to be £2,500 sort of price point, right up to kind of 4,000 or 5,000, that sort of level. There's quite a few of our guitars that I've seen that we've managed to secure. That's not where are we? There's round on the other side. Let's run around the other side. This one here. Have you made any? There's not been many of these made yet.
There's only 2 JMs ever made so far with a rear route like this, with a top on it.
Yeah, okay. And these are, I think, I saw on the spec, these are SSV and SSH.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see one of these with Thornbuckers in it as well. That'd be really nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, really nice looking bangle burst, no scrape binding.
Yeah, I like the side dots.
Yeah, the offset
as well, yeah. Yeah, cool. Sweet.
Dude, I gotta finish this video, but I'll be right over.
So this is our one as well. Tell us a little bit more about this one, Travis.
Yeah, so we kind of affectionately refer to this as the Telly Bird. So you've got this is a pine body, and
this is a pretty special guitar.
It's a beautiful guitar. So this is actually salvage pine, and as you can see, I'm not sure if the video will pick it up, but we've actually got that raised kind of center, and then with the 2 wings,
a Firebird type
similar
thing,
to a Firebird 5.
Yeah. Oh, 3 TV Jones in there as well.
3 TV Jones. We've got the Tone Pros TV6 again, reverse headstock.
I love that.
Roasted maple fingerboard, volume tone 5-way. Yeah, just a really special, cool guitar. And this pine is, it's beautiful looking.
I'm digging this one as well. I really like the JM, but with the reverse headstock.
Exactly.
I think that looks super cool.
So one of the things is, for the first, for the first part of this year, the JM won't really be available as a custom order guitar. So
I think you guys have got the Pro Series so right now on all of these like the classic style guitars. You've got kind of the specs are great already, and and if you can live with like those specs, if it's not quite right for exactly how you want, you're saving a bunch of money, aren't you?
Exactly. As well we've got it dialed in pretty well, and so this is a great another great one. It's got the reverse headstock and.
Yeah, it's always hard, Nigel sent me through these list of guitars, to choose from and stuff like that. I know they're always going to be cool, but I'm really pleased with, the ones that we've got so
absolutely.
far. Especially this carved top modern here. Oh, set neck as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You'll see a lot of these tops were actually,
This is a kind of new color as well.
It is, yeah. It's a complete new custom stain. And our master builder, Mike Ponce, actually flew all over the country sourcing these woods for this collection.
The real maple's getting tougher and tougher to
It
get
is,
now,
yeah. It's really difficult to find the stuff that looks like that.
Yeah, I see. There's like without getting the guitar
you can
down.
see
It's
the gradient there.
Yeah, it's a nice.
Check out the back.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, our painters do a great job.
Are they all signed
They're
as well?
all signed by John. Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Great. So we're going to move back around the corner here and look at some of these signature guitars. Hey, where's he gone? Okay, cool. Right, well, let's move over to the signature wall. Someone's stolen Pete's gold guitar.
Someone's made off with it.
Ah, there it is. See it, James, over there? So this is the Pete Thorn signature model. He's not giving it back.
He's not giving it back. Yeah, I might have to go arm wrestle him.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
So so
apparently I'm the only one to notice the pickup rings.
right, yeah.
That's how sad I am.
That's how sad you are.
Yeah.
That's really so. Pete's been known for playing a guitar very similar to this. In a lot of his videos, he plays it live with the bands that he tours with. So when we were talking to Pete this year about doing a signature model, this was kind of where he wanted to start from.
Yeah.
So we did this version, and then you've seen over there
Yeah,
the gold top
killer.
version as well.
Has that got like the red back, or is it like a brown?
No, it's like a
mahogany dark brown
Yeah,
back,
almost like a walnut.
Sweet.
Both guitars are very similar in spec. So it's gonna be a mahogany body, mahogany neck, plain maple top, rosewood fingerboard, 10 to 14 inch radius. I believe they're medium stainless frets.
I think so. Yeah.
With black headstocks on both of them.
And has he still got like the parallel switching and stuff?
Exactly.
Like that?
Yeah.
He has, it's split in that position, isn't it? I think.
I believe it's. Well, I'd have to double check with Pete, but I believe it's full and then split.
It's split there. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. That's cool.
And then when he's here, then he can pull this and he can run the bridge pickup in parallel. He
Yeah, it
really
gives you
loves
that like hot telly sound.
Exactly,
Doesn't it? Yeah.
He uses that sound quite a bit in his videos for like a jangly rhythm.
Yeah, really like it. Yeah.
And then obviously the main thing is you can't get rings on a Suhr regardless. Any custom order or anything. You can't get pickup rings. And that was something that Pete wanted to do for his, just kind of make him stand out, make him unique. He loves that look.
Yeah, and
so
if you make it kind of exclusive for this model, it adds a bit more kind of value to it.
Right.
Being something a little bit different, doesn't it?
Exactly.
As well? Yeah.
So the black one comes with black pickup rings. Yeah. By the way, it's a Thornbucker and a Thornbucker Plus.
Okay.
And the gold one comes with the cream pickup rings.
Cool, sweet. So moving on to the next one, this is the Ian Thornley signature model from Big Wreck.
Yep.
Ian's my absolute favourite modern day guitarist. If you haven't seen him or heard him already, you've got to check him out. He's absolutely amazing. He's one of my he's one of them guys who can kind of get all of his influences and nail all of that stuff, but still sound like himself.
Exactly.
He's so good, so good.
Yeah, he's got a very unique voice. So Ian was when Ian first caught wind that we were doing an offset, we were already talking about doing a signature guitar, and we were working on a few other ideas. Immediately, he gravitated to this. He goes, "That's what I want. I want to be."
He likes these hot rod colours, doesn't he?
He
as
does.
well?
He loves them. He loves the loud colors. He loves the offset design. So for Ian's version, he was dead set on HSH. So
like when you hear him play clean, he always has that
Exactly.
loads of compressor on, doesn't he?
Yep, he loves that.
Yeah.
So the split bridge in the middle. He loves a V70, so he loves the way that combines with a split humbucker that gives him the sound he's looking for.
And that's a SSV and an SSH bus.
Correct.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So we've got a flat 16 fingerboard radius. We've got jumbo stainless frets, Indian rosewood, all the usuals. And I believe the neck is roasted maple, and the body is roasted alder.
Okay.
But feel the neck carve on that. That's a custom.
Wow, the V.
It's a custom V that was done with Ian. So John,
That is lovely.
yeah, John and Mike Ponce, our master builder, spent a lot of time actually hand shaping the neck right in front of Ian, and we were kind of dialing it in. Once they found it,
And then you have to make it again.
and then you got to make it again. Yeah, then you got to make templates for it.
Yeah, exactly.
The main thing here is, the only real difference between these two is
Tremolo.
the color and the trem. So
and this is a series of parallel.
yeah, that's another really unique feature on this guitar is these little slider switches. That each one controls a humbucker. So this would be for the neck one. So I believe that would be full humbucking, and then that would be in parallel, and same thing there.
Yeah, it seems to be like more people are gravitating towards that rather than a regular coil tap.
Yeah, because you still get hum cancel.
And it's a thicker sound, isn't it? Definitely.
Yeah. So certain humbuckers, especially lower output ones, can sound pretty small when you split them.
Yeah.
Oh, and one other thing to point out here is the control layout. This is something that, because of the way that Ian plays and the ergonomics, he has huge hands.
Yeah.
But he really wanted to keep the volume control similar to where it would be like on a classic style guitar.
Yeah.
And then we were struggling because he liked the 5-way, didn't want to sacrifice that. Where would you put it? On a Strat, it would normally sit somewhere out here.
Yeah.
But of course, we had to put it there. So he really liked this, putting it kind of between the knobs there, because now he doesn't accidentally hit it when he's
he's playing clean or something. Yeah. No, I love that. That's cool. And I guess as it's a custom, they all come with hard cases.
They all come with hard cases.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I think I prefer the vintage white with the tortoise.
Yeah,
I'm just really drawn to the tortoise shell on all of these guitars. I think all the classic JM.
Yeah, isn't it nice? I love it.
Really nice.
These are going to be going into the first run of these. All of the signature model guitars will go in beginning in April, which means you guys should see them sometime around summer.
Okay, cool. So now we're moving on to the Andy Wood. So that's what's going on with the body on this one?
What's that?
What's going on with the body?
Oh yeah, let me tell you. So Andy had a pretty well developed idea of kind of the aesthetic of these guitars, and we worked with them quite a bit to try to achieve the look. So what we did here was it was important to him to feel the grain through the finish. I think he was inspired kind of by the modern satin guitars, But he wanted to keep the finish as thin as possible. So what we actually do is we take a piece of swamp ash, we actually burn it.
Right.
The guys in the wood shop will actually take a torch and they'll char the
job
whole,
that they really enjoy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They get to work out a little frustration and anger that way.
Yeah.
So they burn the whole body. Then they take it and bead blast away the charred bits.
Oh yeah.
And then you finish over. So that's what gives you that texture. You can really feel it. They blast it away.
And is this like a nitro satin type sort of finish?
It's not. It's a urethane, but it's a very, very thin satin
you can feel it. Yeah, right
you can really feel
it. Yeah. I guess a nitro would just fall right off of this.
I think
probably,
so. Yeah.
Okay.
And so, this is a modern T, so it's a 24 fret T style guitar.
Yeah.
The two configurations are, the red with the brass appointments here. This comes with the all new this year woodshed pickups.
Right.
So it's an Andy Wood signature T-style pickup. They really get that snappy, it's a little lower output on the bridge, real clear and articulate, very snappy, maybe a little more appropriate for a Nashville-style player.
And they're available separately?
They're available separately,
okay.
Yep. And then...
I like the cover's got it,
it's got the raw nickel cover on this one. So this is also exclusive to the woodshed pickups. That just gives you a little added clarity, articulation, a little more open sound out of the neck pickup.
Yeah, that's what I like on that type of guitar. They can be a bit muddy sometimes.
They can.
You want a bit more bite out.
Telly neck pickups have a reputation for being a little on the dark side.
Yeah.
So this was obviously the red and the brass here. Then we move down here to the black with the line grain aluminum pickguard and control panel.
Pickups?
These are Thornbuckers.
Okay.
Andy loves a Thornbucker. So
it's a great pickup.
Yeah, we've got a pair of Thornbuckers in there. And that one comes with a 510 trim as opposed to the 3 saddle.
Okay. Sweet, lovely. Oh, I can see the gold tops back.
Yeah, there you go. You can get a close up there.
Yeah, so we've got a real nice gold finish, like vintage brown mahogany back as well. Are these? We've had a few people ask already. Is this available to order in left-handed?
That's a great question. I don't see why it wouldn't be.
Yeah, it's not like, I guess maybe one of these might be a bit more difficult.
Because it's new, we have to make sure that all the programming...
Yeah, you'll have the programming for a standard type guitar. Okay, cool, that's fine. And then we've got a few more little bits and pieces over here.
Yeah.
The Ace, which is obviously something that's going to work well with a reactive load.
Yeah, but there's a lot of other applications here. So Ace stands for Analog Cabinet Emulator.
Yeah.
And one of the great things about this is it's a microphone replacement. So whether you're playing live or you're playing silently or recording silently at home, there's a lot of great applications. So you can actually run through this into your speaker cabinet as long as your amp is loaded. This is not a load device, but it's a speaker emulator. So as long as you're running through this into a load, you can actually send the level that you can actually send the output of this to your soundboard, to your sound guy, and as a replacement for your mic's cabinet tone.
But if you wanted to play like still use it like a tube amp head, you would just need something like a reactive load if you didn't want to use an actual physical speaker.
So the other way to use it is if you're recording at home, and let's say you're using something like a reactive load, so you can record silently at home. There's two ways you can do it. You can use impulse responses.
Which we do. We like the Own Hammer ones.
Own Hammer. Those are great. Pete speaks very highly of those.
It was him who recommended them to us. So.
But this would replace that. So say you didn't want to use up the CPU power that it requires to, run an impulse response plug-in. You can run through the ACE. It sounds great.
It's a normal 9-volt supply as well.
Normal 9-volt supply. And what's great about it is the way that Kevin Suhr, John's son, was the one who designed this. The way he designed it was, and this is a bit out of my pay grade here, but internally there's what's called a charge pump. So it actually effectively raises the headroom internally. So it's really studio grade.
That's what the dual boost does as well.
Exactly,
It's got
charge
that.
pump. Yeah, very high quality studio grade.
I'm looking
like
forward to trying it out,
brown chips and all that kind of stuff. The other great thing is it's completely analog. So you're not using any digital. There's nothing digital happening. It's just multi-stage filtering, completely analog with very, very high quality components.
I look forward to checking that out. And then another one of Kevin's designs is this bad boy here.
Kevin designed the Eclipse. This is basically a 2-channel overdrive distortion.
Okay.
And he feels, it's very passionate. It really does span the range from mild overdrive to full-on distortion.
Okay.
Very high gain. So there's two independent channels, mutually exclusive. It's an either or, and you can voice them. They're basically the same circuit on either side, but obviously you have the flexibility to voice them completely different. So each channel comes with its own gain, level, and 3-band EQ.
Okay.
So you can set one up for maybe a lower gain, kind of a crunch sound. Maybe you want to scoop out the mids a little bit, give it a little more crispy.
And the voice controls both sides.
The voice it's a global voice. What this is
it's more than like a presence control.
Exactly, and this really is designed to kind of dial in the overall sound of the pedal, the overall voice of the pedal for the amp you're using. Then you can go in and do all the adjustments.
So like if he was playing through a twin or a Bassman, it's going to be a very different kind of response.
Exactly, So what we find is like a Badger or maybe a more British voice, we'll actually back off that presence because the amp's already given you some of that. But for something like more like a Bella that's a little more neutral, you can make it a little more aggressive to get the the punch and the aggressiveness.
Okay. And would you say it's a very different tonality from something like the Riots and the Sheba?
It's definitely different from the Sheba. There's really no comparison there. No. I would say, it definitely does not sound like a Riot. I would find it to be a little more open, a little more dynamic, a little greater range. Okay. The Riot really is designed to kind of be, kind of a plexi in a box kind of a sound. Whereas I think there's a lot more to what the Eclipse kind of can be used.
I look forward to seeing Ian Thornley play through one of those.
Yeah, absolutely. What's great is plug this into a clean amp. It basically gives you a 3-channel amp. You got your clean, you've got your crunch, and you've got your lead.
And are these ready to ship fairly soon? Or?
They're ready to ship immediately after the show.
Okay, cool.
So we've got a limited allocation. Make sure that you guys. I'm sure you guys have some coming to you. So.
Okay. And then lastly, I think we've basically just come into the new Badger series amps.
Right. Yep. So. The Badger was redesigned this year, something that that our team's been working on for the last year, really. And aside from the fact that it was already a great amp, it had a great sound, and it was very kind of a loyal following.
We've always sold them really well.
Yeah. There were some little minor updates that we wanted to do. So obviously the first thing is cosmetically. The Tolex is no longer black. It's this graphite material. So it's a little bit of a lighter.
So just one color now.
One color, yeah. And updated the panel, so no longer do we have the plexiglass, anodized panel, but we have a black line grain.
Of course, aluminum. It's kind of in design, in keeping with like the PTs.
Exactly. We've updated the logo, so we got away from the badge logo. Now we've got the laser cuts, line grain aluminum logo. But the big feature on the new Suhr Badger is the boost. So we've added a foot switchable boost to the Badger. So it's a really cool feature. It almost makes it into a 2-channel amp. One of my favorite things about the boost, though, is that boost is a MOSFET boost. It runs off of plate voltage. huge amount of headroom in that boost.
Okay.
So the dynamics with this boost, when you engage it, and you can get quite a bit of gain out of this amp, especially with the boost hitting it, you can still back off your volume control, and I'm blown away at how well this amp cleans up.
Yeah.
Even when you have the boost
Even on
engaged
the
at
18
high.
when you've got that.
Even on the 18, and it has to do. I was asking John about that because I was noticing, man, it's so dynamic.
And it's not just like something from out of one of the pedals.
No, it's much different than that. And he said the main reason is because it's running off plate voltage. So a pedal runs off 9 volts or 18 volts. This is 300 volts. So the headroom that we have is so much more dynamic. Yeah, it's really great.
Cool, so, and that's the same for all of the models.
It's the same for all the models. We've standardized a few things, like if you remember, the 18 didn't used to have a standby switch.
No, sure.
Now everything has a standby switch. The 18 didn't used to have the
That's the impedance selector.
impedance selector. Sorry, thank you.
And the power, something's been done with that.
Yeah, and the power scaling's just been kind of refined. So there used to be, it was a thing.
To re-EQ it, didn't you, when it was right down low,
when you would run it, especially at really low power settings, especially if it were diamond the drive, you'd get some artifacts and some different noise. We still recommend that you keep these fairly close to each other. But when you are using this, we've kind of reduced some of those artifacts and kind of cleaned it up a little bit.
Yeah, sweet. No, that's cool. That's cool. Right, I think we've pretty much covered it. So signing off from the Namm stand with Suhr Guitars and Travis. So thanks for your time, Travis.
Thanks,
Thank you very much. Cool.